Big up, everybody. Welcome back to TJ Warren TV. Welcome back for another episode of your favorite show. Saturday morning, Friday evening, Friday afternoon, Friday mid-afternoon, wherever you are. If you're in the Pacific Northwest, you just had lunch like Dow. Look at him, look over there, looking like Miami Vice. American Idiots, episode 110. 110
Wow.
episodes, Dow.
Wow.
Dude, do you think
Golf clap.
are we gonna die doing this show?
Yes, because Arteta's
Okay.
going to kill us if we don't win a
Okay,
fucking
yeah,
trophy
no,
this
I was gonna say we were just talking about some dark shit backstage, and I'm just kind of like,
Yeah.
oh man, am I gonna?
Gruesome.
Is Arteta gonna finish me off? Pause. You know what I mean?
Pause. Yeah, let's think
That's a
about that
big
for a
pause.
second.
Sorry. You know what? Oh, God. You know what? I'm
Big
starting off.
start to
I'm
the
starting this
season.
off.
Hey, yo, what is going on?
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. Big up Acers in the chat. Big up everybody in the chat. Smash the like, smash the sub, comment along with us. Arsenal head to Anfield this weekend. We have signed Hincapie, right? What Don say? Help me. Hincapie?
Help him, Don.
Hincapie.
And Don C has joined us, by the way. Don C from Don Conversations. Talk to us about your channel first, and then talk to us about this signing, bro.
Yeah, no, my channel's called Conversations. It's a new channel,
that's what it
and
is.
I need to be more consistent. Right?
You and me both, man. You and me both.
It's funny because the name came about is my wife is always saying, all you do on stream is yappa, 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 yappa. Yeah. Or I'm calling out Tony's name because he don't listen. And he says, oh, when you make your name, you should call it yappa, yappa, yappa. And then we was talking, and he says, oh, Conversation sounds nice. And I was like, yeah, it does. So here we go.
Conversations is preaching the gospel, preaching the truth about our beloved football club. Hincapie. Okay, thank you, Hendon Gooner. Thank you, Hendon Gooner. Good God, I'm just gonna keep this starred and pinned. So when I don't fuck it up. Warrior J says next Saturday friendly. TJ, we're enemy. Yeah, it's not gonna be friendly. Fuck South Korea, respectfully. But you guys will probably beat us. That's why I'm saying that. We'll probably beat us. Yeah, but big signing for us, big depth signing for now. Don, what do you make of this, man? Like, I think that Bird is cooking. I think this is one of the best transfer windows we've had in a while. It's the best transfer window of the Arteta era. Like, talk to me, man. How are you feeling about it?
Do you know what? I want to go one step further from this negative Arsenal fan. I think it's the best window Arsenal has ever had.
Oh,
ever?
No one can tell me, because do you remember when we got the likes of Aubameyang, Lacazette, and like Cazorla and all the rest of them? Yeah. They didn't come in one window. They came in like whether it was the summer or the winter window. To have all of this come in one window. Do you know what? Yeah, I don't know whether it's Arteta. I don't know whether it's Berta. I don't care. I just care at the fact that we have so many ballers in our team. This Hincapie. We're going to learn his name before the end of the night. I'm sure
we'll figure it out. Yeah.
I don't know too much about him, to be honest. I can remember him playing, I think it was against Salah in Liverpool. I think it was a season or two ago, and he shut him down. Yeah. From what I've seen, and I've only seen a couple of highlights from him, he's big, he's strong. He can play left back and centre back, but I hope he plays more left back. He's fast. He's like the old school left back, runs down the wing, puts in the ball, aggressive. He's got nice hair. So do you know what? Yeah, he'll fit right in all of that. That
is a plus. That is a plus.
And because you know Arteta likes people that has nice hair. This is what I'm saying. So this is why Arteta doesn't like people like me. You know what I'm saying? The people that's going bored. But it's okay. This is what I'm saying. It's okay. He seems like he's going to be a very good addition, a well-rounded player, very smart. Yeah, I think he's going to hit the floor running. That's what I personally think. Just because in this league, especially defenders, they need to be strong. They need to have pace. Yeah, and more importantly, they need to have intelligence. And he seems like just from like the 2 15-minute highlights that I saw from him, mainly, he's done all of that. He's got all of that. To be honest, he's practically one to watch for. Yeah, because we know how likes of Eze is going to be. We've kind of seen Gokeres, this is what I'm saying, throughout the time. We know that Madueke, we even know Madueke because we've watched him week in, week out for Chelsea. But this Hincapie, from what I've seen, he's going to literally take us to another level just because of his aggression. Because if you check it, on the right side now, we have an aggressive player in Timber, right? That can go forward. It's an old school right back. Now, if Hincapie comes with that kind of level, that means he's going to give us a minimum 6 out of 10 performances. So, unfortunately, with Skelly, I want him to play because I like the kid, but I want to win trophies more. Yeah, and I want to be more shored up at the back. And I believe that this player is like the missing piece what we needed, because you all know that I wanted a left back. I don't want Calafiori nowhere near my left back. You know what I'm saying? And Zinchenko, we're not going to talk about him today. That's what I'm saying. This is not about a rant.
Who?
This is about who? Yeah. Thank you.
Zinchenko.
I've never heard of him.
Oh yeah, he's like Casper the Ghost. He just comes and goes when he pleases.
I literally don't know who you're talking about.
But Hincapie, I'm very excited about him. I just want to see how he fits in. And
yeah, me too.
That we have him on loan for the best part of the season with an option to buy for I think about £56 million. Yeah, it might be a steal, but you know what? He hasn't kicked the ball yet, so I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. I'm just going off what he did in Germany by Leverkusen. This is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
and the good thing is because he's coming from Germany, none of these woke idiots are going to say, "Well, do you know what? Yeah, can he do it in the Premier League because he does it in the lesser league?" Now, shut up.
And an undefeated Bayern Leverkusen, I may ask.
An undefeated Bayern Leverkusen. And he played an integral
big up RSM, by the way. Big up RSM. No, dude, we signed your Ecuadorian brother, my friend RSM. We signed him. We got him, brother. We got him. He's a baller. Big up Saad for the raid as well. Big up Saad for the raid. Big up Saad. Hit all you people coming over from Saad's Football Corner. Hit a like, hit a sub. Big up Saad. Saad. I'm just proud of Saad for having to put up with Hussam on all those fucking panel shows. That's really what I'm proud of. Like I couldn't do it. I do it every other week. Anyway, back to that. My Ecuadorian defender now. Yeah, no, he's mine now. He's not yours. He's mine now. And
the red and white.
He's wearing the red and white. Yeah, dude, you got done twice in a fucking 24-hour period. Xavi Simons and now this dude. You are done. RSM is in the mud. No, but big up RSM every single time. No, my Ecuadorian. He's mine, not yours. He's mine. Anyway, no. On that though, like I like the structure of the deal. If this guy can come out and be a good utility backup, somebody that can back up Saliba and Gabriel in the waning minutes of a game to shut the door, get it done, maybe even be a backfill, obviously be a backfill for Calafiori. Like before I get too far into it, Calafiori has been one of our better players this season so far. So I think the manager is, for better or for worse, favoring him, and he will probably start at Liverpool. But like, it's just good to have that backfill of Hincapie and Miles Lewis-Skelly. But like, all of this being said, we can't forget about Miles Lewis-Skelly, bro. We can't. He is a talent that we need to continue to build on. He is an academy kid who showed that he could perform in the big moments. Again, like I'll allow it for the PSG match. Obviously, that was rough on him, but the rest of the time he was extremely solid. A little bit undisciplined sometimes, but extremely solid. So I'm just happy with the depth. I was sitting here thinking earlier today, and Dal, I want to get your opinion. Like our squad is fucking huge.
It's stacked.
Huge.
Good.
No, and now it just means the manager has no excuses. We have depth at literally every single position.
Yes.
Every single position. I don't want to hear any excuses from any Arsenal fans about injuries, about anything. Saka's injured. Okay, that's fine. Next up, you got Madueke. You brought Madueke in. You better make sure that he goes in there and plays.
Right.
You brought Eze in. He better get some minutes against Liverpool. I don't give a shit if he hasn't touched the training pitch. I don't care. We have depth at every position. I expect to get points at Anfield this weekend. What do you think, Dal?
Not only do we have the depth, but the gap of lack of depth is now shrunken.
Yeah.
Right. We had, for the last several years, I would say a decade, correct me if I'm wrong, fellas, 10, 15 years, we've had a very solid first 11, but our depth was always lacking, right? And I mean in, technical ability, talent, whatever. But now that level of depth is finally catching up to the first 11. So it's not so bad, like you're saying, TJ, to have Saka out maybe 1 or 2 games and Madueke to fill that gap, even though we may differentiate on which player we want there, but we have Martinelli, Trossard, Nwaneri there, right? Before it was just Martinelli, or it was just Trossard, or we can go way back, right? Where if Alexis Sanchez is injured, who are we bringing off? I don't remember. Do you guys? No, you don't.
Campbell. Joe Campbell.
Thank you, Joe fucking Campbell.
Joe Campbell, man.
This is the main random footballers stream, apparently. But I'm gonna go with Bolo Zenden. But no, the thing, yeah, exactly, Joe Campbell. So again, massive gap in depth from the first 11, or massive gap in skill from the first 11 to the bench, right? But now we're catching up to that. Again, example, Madueke and for Saka, even though he's Chelsea scum, but he's not now. He wears the red and white. So we can debate all day about giving money to Chelsea. That conversation's been done. He is an Arsenal player, and at this point in time, I'm going to back him for sure, right? But I think you guys are both right. We have the depth now, and the skill gap has caught up. So it's a good problem to have. It's a very good problem to have.
Right.
But
and
the real test will be is Arteta. Yeah, I'll land here just a second.
Yeah, go.
Is Arteta have the balls to sit the player we know that needs to be sit, to put in the player that we know has won 2 trophies in the last 4 to 6 months? And I don't need to name names, right? I'm ready to see number 8 sit on the bench and watch some football. I'm ready for number 8 to sit there and watch Eze control a game in the center attacking position. I'm ready for number 8 to take a big look at his Arsenal career in the mirror and see where it's going, because he is not up to par right now, and he hasn't been for the last 2 seasons. Give the armband to Rice, make Gabriel the vice captain, and let's get this shit moving, because we can't hold back waiting for our number 8 false 10 pillow foot of a captain to lead this team anywhere. Eze's the one. That's why we got the one. And I don't want to go in the Eze deal, but the thing is, the gap in talent has gotten a lot closer to that first 11, which we need.
Well, okay, so yeah, I mean, I want to continue talking about transfers just a little bit longer, because I think it needs to be talked about, especially with the transfer window closing. I think this is it. This should be it for us, this transfer window. I'm going to go ahead and ask you guys, because I asked you guys again, and I know Flawless asked us a couple of episodes ago, Don. What do you rate this transfer window out of 10?
What I rate this? Yeah.
What do you rate it? Chat, play along, by the way. Chat, play along. I bet we're going to see some 6s and 7s in there and shit. Probably lower.
I'm going to shock you. I rate this transfer window a 9 out of 10.
9. Okay, I figured that was probably
the reason
be
why
how
I
you
say
came
9
in.
out of 10, because Arteta or Berta, like I said, I don't really care who did it. They addressed every position that we needed. And it's not just that they got players in. They got players in that is completely different from what we have already. Eze as a number 10, he's completely different to, let's say, an Odegaard, right? Because just remember, before we got a Vieira, which is very similar to Odegaard. So when we need a game changer, and let's say Odegaard's playing, we could bring on Eze now, yeah? We have Saka and Nwaneri on the right-hand side, for example. Yeah, completely different from each other. Madueke, completely different from that. Okay, we still got certain players like Martinelli and Trossard, but they didn't come in. We've got this Hincapie, right? Completely different from what we have already. Yeah, we got Zubimendi, we got Kepa, right? These are all first teamers. All of them are first teamers at their team. Yeah, we even got a captain in, what's his name, Norgard. Even though I don't rate him highly, he was still pivotal for his.
He's a good depth. He's a good depth signing.
And he's a captain. He's a captain. That's what people fail to realize, right? We got players in positions that we needed, and let's not even talk about Gokeres. Yeah, Glock 14. You know what I'm saying? The R number 9. Yeah. So for me, I would say he just this season alone. I don't know if he got hit in the head. I don't know what happened on holiday. He might have got some. I don't know. Maybe his wife didn't give him some because he done such a poor job. I don't know. I wasn't there. You get me? But I'm just happy. I'm just happy that he brought in these kind of players, and we needed a left back. Hey, perfect time to buy one. All right. I'm going to be honest, you know. Yeah, I'm excited now. I'm excited for Arsenal again, just because they brought in the players that were needed in the positions. 9 out of 10, I say. 9 out of 10.
Do you think this happens without Berta? I don't think it does.
No.
I don't think it does. And to my rating is an 8.5. I agree with Ash Ketchum. He's out there catching Pokemon in the chat, but I agree with him 100%. Like 8.5. The only reason it isn't a 10 is because I don't think we had enough outgoings. I think we have a lot of dead weight in the club and like the tertiary and fourth spots on the depth chart, if you will allow me that that terminology, right? Like the fact that we still have Zinchenko and Sammy Lakanga and some of and Fabio Vieira and some of these players just hanging on and collecting a paycheck, man. No, send them out on loan. Like that's all they're going to be doing. You know, we got Carl Hein out the door. Why can't we get these players out the door? I still don't understand it. So I'm going to give it an 8.5, but we actually brought in exciting players at these positions as well. Like Zubamendi is, I think, one of our second biggest get to Gyökeres. And I've told you guys this before. I'm not 100% sold on Gyökeres. I am really, really excited to see how he does at Anfield, but we'll get into that in a second. But I just think Zubamendi is going to be a talisman in our midfield. I think he's a great replacement for TP5. I think he's going to allow for more freedom for Declan Rice. Eventually, he's still betting into the team. And, you know, for the first couple of matches, he's been making up for Odegaard. So it's one of those things where, look, like I'm kind of hoping Odegaard doesn't play so we can see what Arteta does with it. I don't have any faith that he's going to do the right things. But before we get into that, I want to ask Dow what his rating for the transfer window is.
Not as high as your guys, but I'm going to go a 7.
Okay. Why 7?
And because I'm kind of partial on each side of this. One thing I agree with Hendo is that we got 2 killers and some filler. And I'm not trying to, you know, I see the chat. I'm not trying to downplay the Zubamendi deal.
You're super negative.
Oh, I have been then for 26 years. But, what can you say? But Zubamendi looks to be doing the job right now. But I do think he's a bit light. I would prefer someone like Norgard, but we know Norgard doesn't have really the legs much anymore. He's a bit older. But I think with Zubamendi, there's less steel in the midfield because Rice is the box-to-box now, right? So Rice isn't really doing the number 6 role as much. So for me, it's a solid 7 out of 10 for sure. I'm really disappointed that we didn't get Rodrigo over the line, but I knew that wasn't going to happen once Madueke joined. Yeah. So I'm disappointed in that because it was Rodrigo, and I trusted Berta to get that job done. So I'm slightly disappointed in that. But I have thought about being an 8, but I think I'm at a solid 7. But this is one of the best windows we've had. It's one of the timely windows we've had where we're actually, we're identifying the guy and we're going and getting him. That's all Berta. I'm not giving any Arteta props for that at all. That is Berta flying around,
or
making deals, making appointments the proper way, not coming in with a $40 million and $1 bid. Hence Luis Suarez. Thank you for that, Wenger. So I'm talking, but we can agree that prompt signings are what we need. So players getting bedded in. I don't like the way we signed Kepa and Norgard first. I still think Gyökeres should have been done fucking June 15th, right? Or June 1st. So I am still a little skeptical sometimes of how we operate in the beginning of the window, not making the priority signings first. But that aside, it's a 7 out of 10 for me.
Yeah, I'm just glad that we're not in a position where we're signing Raheem Sterling on loan. Like, not like at least I don't have to live through that again. I remember how stressed I was And I think my hairline fell back a few inches that day because I just was stressed because you knew exactly what was going to happen. And I'm with Don, man. I'm excited. Like, look, I'm excited on both because I win either way. If we underperform to the caliber of these players, you only have one person to blame, and that's Arteta. And the board will see that after spending all of this money. Like, it's clear as day. And look, I've been following Kroenke Sports Entertainment and Kroenke Sports teams for 20 years. 20 years before I even knew what Arsenal was. 25 years now, actually, because they bought the Avalanche in 2000. If they see and they drop the cash and they see that the manager is underperforming, they will sack him. And I was kind of not gonna press that button yet because the excuse was always going to be our depth wasn't good enough, especially in our fullback position and in the mid. Like we were just dead. One person goes down, we're fucked. One person goes down, we are fucked. But now that's not the case. Like we have an embarrassment of riches. Like, look, Odegaard goes down. We have Eze. We have Wanyeri that can slot in there. I don't think that he's going to play. You guys, I'm going to share with you who I think is going to be in the 10 tomorrow if Odegaard doesn't play, and you guys aren't going to like it. And then we have Eze that can come off the bench. At minimum, he has to come off the bench tomorrow. At minimum. And then on the left, we'll see either Trossard or Martinelli. And on the right, we could see Wanyeri, we could see Madueke, we could see like these are players of quality that can go head to head with Arsenal or go head to head with Liverpool.
Like, see Dalman. You never know. We could even see Dalman.
Yeah, I don't think Dalman. I don't think he'll play Dalman at Anfield. I really don't.
I don't think he can play Dalman, but you know, with Arteta, anything's possible with him. Just because I never put anything past this dude. And the thing is, I would like to see him come on as a little cameo, despite what happens.
Yep.
It depends on the score for me, man. Like I'm trying to get points out of this. Like I'm not saying go out. I'm not saying go in there and win. Like if we win, I'll be over the fucking moon. But I don't expect it.
If it's 2-2, Don has a point, and it's the 78th minute, and Max Dowman's warming up, he may get you that penalty.
Yeah.
We know he goes directly in the box.
Yeah, he takes on his man.
Contact. And I know we can dive in this too as well.
Yeah.
I don't think their back four is that good. They've got
Konate stinks. He has stunk for 2 years. I remember when I first started this channel. Bro, when I first started this channel, you and I talked about how good Konate was. Yeah, I think immediately after we started talking about that, he just dropped off the face of the earth. This guy stinks.
Voodoo, bro.
Yeah, this guy stinks. He looked awful last week and the week before.
He's probably not fit, right? He's probably not 100% fit, first of all. And that's why they're really looking for Mark Guéhi, who from Crystal Palace.
Yeah.
I heard that that deal's fallen through, so he's staying at Palace. But it's the 80th minute, TJ. Their left back, Kirkez, he's fucking gassed. And then you strategically bring on Max Dowman for Saka in the 78th minute. That's what
Saka's not going to play.
Saka's out for 3 weeks.
I'm sorry, Saka. I apologize.
3 weeks.
You bring him on that right
3
wing.
months.
Yeah.
You bring him on that right wing, and then he is a penalty magnet, bro. And that may be dark arts to some, but you got to use what's in your tool chest, right? And that's the thing. We have a lot of good tools now. Before we had a bunch of dull fucking tools sitting on the pine, right? So now we have some sharp tools, and it's up to Arteta to use them. And I get it. Some people are very much against Dowman not even being on the bench, and I can relate to that because he's a young kid, and if he gets crocked, who knows how bad it could be. But the thing is, bro, is that he is one of our most dynamic players currently right now.
Yeah,
right? And he's ready to play 100%. I don't think in his mind he looks at Kirkez and goes, "I'm going to smoke that guy when I get out there." There's nothing stopping this kid, and it doesn't matter the squad, right? Yeah, Virgil van Dijk against Dowman, that's tough. But this Kirkez guy, people say, "Oh, he's so good." Bullshit. Or else he would have been a top player 3 or 4 years ago. He was decent at Brighton? I don't believe it. Max Dowman will cook this guy in the 78th minute, bro. 85th minute. And if we can get that 3-2 pen, 3 points, man. And I just wonder if Arteta has that strategy. You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't have to be down. Well, it does have to be Dowman. I was going to say it doesn't have to be Dauman. It has to be Dauman. He's the kid right now that everyone is looking forward to.
He's 15 years old, dude.
I know, but 15 minutes at Liverpool, bro, ain't going to kill him. That's the point.
Don, what were you gonna say? Don, what were you gonna say? I don't know. I don't know.
You know,
I don't know.
Magnet, bro.
I get the fact that he's 15 years old, but when you see a 15-year-old baller, you know that a 15-year-old will play with no fear, right? None. He doesn't care about any name. He doesn't care about who anyone is. He doesn't have no kind of respect for these kind of ballers because he's trying to break into the first team. He's trying to say, I'm on the bench. This is who I am, right? And that is the most scariest fact when a 15-year-old boy with talent and he wants to prove himself, right? And there's no better place than to prove yourself if you get the chance at Liverpool, right? Because that's literally one of the most scariest places to go in England, let's say, apart from Newcastle, Sunderland, and so forth. There's certain stadiums that if you're going to write your name in the stars, as Tony would say, this is the place. This is the time. And I don't think that if a Dauman ever comes on, especially against Liverpool, will he put in a performance? Yes. But the thing is, does Arteta have the balls to play him? Yeah, regardless of the score. Because let's put it this way: if we're winning 2-0, hypothetically, and it's the last 10 minutes, you can see him playing him, right? But then if we're losing 1-0 now, and we can see what's been happening hasn't worked so far, would he have the balls to play him? You know what I'm saying? And then that's where my thing lies. I believe that regardless, if you're on the bench, play. Yeah, if you're fit enough to be on the bench, you're fit enough to play. Otherwise, we've got players now to make up the numbers what we didn't have before. He's good enough. I believe that he's good enough. So if he's good enough, he should be playing. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of the team, because it's all about getting those minutes through those legs. That's what it comes down to. Because there's no difference between playing a Liverpool or playing a Bournemouth. To be honest, you're more likely to get injured by playing a Bournemouth than playing Liverpool because of the style of football that they play.
Right, but there is a difference between Anfield.
I get what
you're saying.
Like, the way you're getting kicked. Because
sure.
They'll kick you.
Kirkes ain't going to kick him. Kirkes ain't going to go out there and try and kick him.
I just look, and I know I'm going to get a lot of shit because I was the guy here propping Ethan Winieri up last season when he was 16, 17 years old. Max Dauman, man, like he cooked against Leeds. Don't get me wrong. And all those people, by the way, I'm going to look at the camera for this. All those people saying that he took a dive, he didn't, but hold that at the same time. You guys, that NPC on Leeds, he's a fraud, man. And speaking of Leeds, I think they're going down, by the way. Yeah. They look fucking awful. Yes. Dude, the only person I knew on that team was Dan James. Like, I didn't even know Dan James is still playing. I was like, who the fuck? Oh, Dan James. I didn't even know he was still here. Wow. Like, I had no idea, dude. Yeah. Like, people hadn't heard about him. He disappeared into the Leeds lineup, disappeared into the championship for 2 years. I didn't even realize he was on the fucking team. And that was the only person I knew. Other than Dominic Calvert-Lewin, I didn't know anybody else on that Leeds squad. Nobody. I'll admit it.
He joined Leeds. That's right.
He joined Leeds. Yeah, they signed him.
United and joined Leeds.
Bro, they signed him. Anyway, no, I'm getting off topic. Okay, my point is, I'm going to make the same point about Gyökeres too, is that I need to see this guy perform against top-level talent and top-level teams. And this is the first litmus test, okay? United are fucking awful. They are an embarrassment to the Premier League. They're an embarrassment to English football as a whole at this point because they're the biggest branded team in English football, and they can't beat Grimsby Town. Okay, like these guys are a fucking joke. So anybody that is out here propping up a United win at Old Trafford, like, I wouldn't be surprised if Burnley gets one over on him. I don't think that's going to happen, but I wouldn't be surprised. Right. Like, at this point, they have to be playing for pride, right? But in the context of Arsenal, they're not even close to our level. So us beating them in Anfield, playing one of our worst matches I've seen them play in a long time, good. Leeds, sorry, NPCs. I'm glad Gyökeres got his first 2 goals. I'm glad. I'm really glad.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like I look at some of the passages of play, how he is on the ball in the final third, the way he shit his pants in the first half when Leeds gave the ball directly to us. If he had just taken a minute, just taken a beat on the ball, he could have slotted it away and gotten a hat trick, man. Like he just looks mad shaky to me and a little bit clunky, a little bit like he has some cement in his shoes. And I need to see that change. And look, I'm not saying that he needs to go in there and run the channels and split the D every time. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is just be a little bit more strong and confident on the ball and slot it away. Because if he can't do that, then
he did against Leeds.
Dude, Leeds, dude, Leeds, man. He's going up against Virgil van Dijk, man. Come on.
He didn't celebrate because he wanted him to pass in the middle. He said, "Fuck you, Arteta." And
maybe I'm just being too negative. Maybe am I being too negative, Don? Am I being too negative?
I'm going to counter your argument a little bit. I'll let Don Sealand here in a second. No, but the thing is that I know it's Leeds, but at least that he took the ball and did what a striker's supposed to do, regardless if it's Leeds.
Fair.
Port Vale, right? And if we get more of that, that's what we need, right?
Yeah.
I think that, I know it sounds crazy, but he scored a brace that game. I think the confidence is there, and it's going to be a little more challenging, but not with this fucking Konate giraffe back there. He's going to have him tied up like a pretzel, bro. Virgil van Dijk will be a problem, but their back line will not be a problem for Gyökeres. Go ahead, Don.
Yeah, do you know what? Yeah, with Gyökeres, people forget that he didn't really have a preseason.
Thank you, Ash.
The last match that he played was the last competitive match for his previous team, and then he comes in, and then Havertz gets injured. So obviously, there's so much pressure on him. Do you know what I'm saying? Because coming to Arsenal is a step up from the previous club, right?
Of course.
So I understand the pressure that he's under. I understand that, yeah, he looks a bit clunky, but he didn't have a preseason like everyone else. Like, do you remember when you said we should have bought him when the window first opened?
Yes.
Therefore, he can start training our way.
Yes.
He needs to lose what he needs to like condition himself to get like that. Fair enough. His touches, I get that. Yeah, I get that. Against Man United, do you know what? Everyone had a poor game, but then we won the game, so I don't really give a shit.
3 points.
You know what I'm saying?
Points.
Leeds,
that's fine.
Leeds, I mean, with Leeds, right? Yes, he should have scored that first goal, but he made it up, by scoring a better goal, right? And the goal that he scored, he bullied his way through past two players and done what a striker's done. The goal that he scored, I haven't seen Arsenal score a goal like that for years because we haven't had a striker.
Is Havertz ever going to do that? Can Havertz do that?
And then we know that. Do you know what? Yeah, when we come up against Liverpool, if he does bag, and I know that he will. Do you know what the narrative will be? Oh, Liverpool's defense is shaky. Virgil van Dijk is on his way out. Konate ain't the player that he used to be. You know what I'm saying? Because like in the chat, and I've been in a lot of Liverpool's people's chats, right? Content creators chats, and they've all said our defense is shaky. Our defense ain't what it used to be. So they're already making excuses just in case Gyökeres does score. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So no matter what he does this season, they're always going to say, "Oh well, last season you did this. Okay, you did this. They did this."
Bro,
do you know what, right?
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Give a damn. As long as he can score from his shin, right, or from his baby maker. I don't care. As long as he scores, bro. As long as he scores, I'm happy for that. You know what I'm saying?
No. I hear exactly what you're saying, but I agree with Romeo. I agree with Romeo too, man. Like, and this is also, and I want to start talking about the game now too, because I want to talk about the game and I want to get predictions from you guys as well. Like, look, at the end of the day, Liverpool are starting games really, really slow, but so are we.
Right.
Whoever starts this match on the front foot, I think wins it. I'm supremely confident that we can get all 3 points, but I don't think that we will because Arteta is going to overthink it. This is where I'm at right now. But I'm willing to be convinced in another direction. I just don't think Arsenal are quite there mentally yet. But this is our first challenge of the season. And look, like, I want to draw a minimum. That's what I'll say. I want to draw a minimum.
You're going to draw a minimum?
Yeah, minimum.
No, I get what you're saying. Because I predicted 2-2.
Yeah, that's my prediction too. Let's just go ahead and spoil it.
I think they do too, because both of us are going to score. Van Dijk and Konate, they're not going to keep us out. Let's be realistic.
They aren't.
We've got too much firepower on show. But let me ask you a better question. Yeah. Another question, if it's possible. And I've asked quite a few people this, because Liverpool's defense is great, right? I mean, attack is great. Our defense is great, but I believe that our attack is better than Liverpool's defense. So where do you think the game's going to be won and lost? Because basically we kind of nullify each other out just with the team and the way we play. So where are the goals going to come from?
I'll get to this.
Because like we all say that Arsenal's defense is literally top 3 in the world right now, yeah, or has been in the last few seasons, yeah. But Liverpool's front 3 is a top 3 in the world right now. So we literally cancel each other out there. So where's the game going to be won?
Midfield.
Do you think we've got a better midfield than
them?
Yes. I'm going to tell you why.
Gravenberch. Who are they going to play in the midfield? Gravenberch.
Gravenberch and McAllister probably.
Verts and McAllister. Verts has been really slow.
Just going to say, he does not look up to speed. He does not look up to speed, bro. And this will not be the game for him to get back into the groove. Like, we're not going to let that have Florian fucking Verts, who's dropped goose egg, 0 sets, 0 goals, 0 passes in the final third, 0 this. You can look at the stats from last weekend. It's all there, right? He is not going to get through our midfield and defense. I'm sorry. He's a good player, but he is not a great player. Okay.
Yeah.
And it is not looking that good to them. And I shout out Romeo and Side, big up Liverpool. They should.
We scored 5 goals. We scored 5 goals last week, Side. What are you talking about? We scored 5 goals. 5.
Yeah, right. And it was Leeds, but there's going to be time.
Well, you can only. Here's the thing: is you can only play who's in front of you too. And I know I was disrespecting Leeds, but number one, I don't give a fuck because it's Leeds and they are minnows compared to us. And number two, we have standards at this point, guys. We have standards. Like this is we have spent so much money and spent so much time watching this team develop. And people and Ash Ketchum. Ash, dude, go out to Viridian Forest and catch yourself a Caterpie, my friend, because I know I am disrespecting Liverpool. I'm disrespecting them because we are their level. This is my expectation. My expectation is to go into Anfield and get points because we need it. Not because I think we can. I do think we can, but we need to because my expectation is that we win this fucking league. That is my expectation. Right. Do I think it's going to happen? No, but given the amount of resources and time and blood, sweat, and tears that we have poured into this club and this 11 and this squad, we have to get a draw. Have to, minimum.
Yeah.
Because we're going to be looking back at this in February and March when we're just like, oh, well, we just lost the league. And then we got to go back to we got to do the fucking autopsy like we always do every year and say, when did we lose it? Well, it started at Anfield. Or last season, well, it started at Bournemouth. You know, like these early season matches mean everything. And I'm sorry to go off the rails here, but like, come on. Liverpool have shown, if you have watched, and I've watched both of Liverpool's matches. I've watched both of them. They start extremely slow. Their back line looks vulnerable. Konate, there's a reason they're calling him Konate. Shout out RSM for that. He looks like garbage. Virgil van Dijk is having to make up for that as well. Like,
true.
Look, it is what it is. They are there to be gotten at. They are there to be gotten at.
Right back right now. And again, it's not about disrespecting Liverpool. Like I said, they won the title last season. All due respect. The most winningest club in England. And we get that. But I got to agree with Don when it comes to firepower up front right now, currently, and that firepower going against a back 4 or a back 3, we win that battle.
Yeah.
We win that battle. If Gyökeres is up for it, it's going to be a long day for Van Dijk.
Romeo, I don't care if we play. I don't care if we play a 4-4-2 against Leeds. I don't give a shit as long as we win. Who cares?
No one's acting brave.
Who cares?
Brave. You see, it's funny.
We haven't conceded. Who gives a shit? We haven't conceded.
We haven't conceded a goal in 2 games either. So I watched, and I was with Don C when the Liverpool Brighton game was on.
Big up Yeti. Big up Yeti.
Was it Brighton? Bournemouth came back, made it 2-2. So I don't want to hear about like we're trying to disrespect Liverpool. That's horseshit. No one's trying to disrespect Liverpool, but we are saying that our attack is better than your defense currently because your defense is leaking goals. And
yeah, we're not out here disrespecting Mo Salah. We're not out here saying, "Oh, Mo Salah is shit." And I'm fully anticipating a Cody Gakpo goal tomorrow. I'm fully anticipating that. Get your gambling corner. Get your little bets in now. Bet responsibly. Cody Gakpo will score tomorrow. Watch.
Yeah. No, it's funny because it's like I see Liverpool fans crashing out, right? But then against a 10-man Newcastle, and to be honest, they beat a 10-man Newcastle because there's a dude in there that's saying, "Yeah, we played 2
pivots looks good for stretches of that
against Liverpool, against Leeds."
Better.
That's how we play against. That's how Arsenal plays. We always play 2 pivots. We've got a brand new player in Zubimendi, so he needs to get up to scratch. So I get it, but then them man couldn't beat. Fair enough. Newcastle are a good team, but they had 10 men, and you man were 2-0 up. And you'll realize, and you don't understand why we are saying that we will score. Let me say this to you one more time, yeah? Newcastle had 10 men. You lot were 2-0 up, and you lot could have lost that match. Yeah? Can you see why we are confident? Yeah? I said Arsenal's going to win 2-2, right? 2-2. Just because you man are leaking goals. But because of when we are up, we go into this shell. And against Liverpool, I believe that's the wrong thing. I believe that we're going to go up first, but Liverpool are going to come back. Do you know what I'm saying? And the thing is, I have reasons to believe because I've watched Liverpool's last game. Like Dal said, I was with him with the first game.
Yep.
You get me? Watching it in a pub, yeah, in Hammersmith and Fulham. You know what I'm saying? Pick up the Londoners, yeah? Right? And the game against Newcastle, to be honest, if it was 11 against 11, all I'm saying is you wouldn't have won that match. But it is what it is. Yeah? It is what it is. But we'll see on Sunday. Do you get what I'm saying? Because regardless, like TJ said earlier, this season, for people like us, it's a win-win. It's a win-win.
Yeah, I would, right. And that's the thing, is I'm not going to predict a draw. I can think it's going to be a draw, like you guys are saying, 1-1, 2-2. I can definitely see that. But let's remember, we don't have to go back to Anfield for another 35 games. We may not have to go to Anfield at all for the rest of the season. So even if it's a draw, like Don's saying, it's still a win for us. Because you're going to
a draw is a win for us.
Right. In the overall critical world of football, the pundits on ESPN FC or whatever the fuck it is will be saying, "Hey, Arsenal didn't get the win, but they played well for a 2-2 draw at Anfield." That's going to be the topic. And it's going to be, if the story's going to be Liverpool drop points, that's going to be the story. Liverpool drop points to Arsenal at home. That's the real big story. And you can talk about they did manage games, they tired out. If you're the tactician, why aren't you there? You give us all these variables now, spamming the chat, talking about ifs and buts.
I'm loving this, by the way. I'm loving this.
We're just saying our attack is probably better than your defense at this moment in time.
Dude, the Liverpool, like, why is Liverpool not so confident? That's all I'm going to say. Why are you not?
Why? Because they're 100.
Because you
disappointed.
Because you watch. You're not confident because you watched your first 2 matches. That's why you're not confident. I wouldn't be confident either, dude. There were stretches of that match in the last 30 minutes against Newcastle where they were stressed. They scored twice on you with 10 men.
Romeo,
and I'm not supposed to think we can do the same? Like, come on.
Romeo, you must be the expert in football. So why don't you give us your full in-depth analysis about Arsenal versus Liverpool over the last 30 years? Seeing you know how Arteta's works, implying that we don't.
I know Arteta. Yeah, no, it's because we haven't watched Arteta for the last 8 years.
He's only been there for 1 season.
But yeah,
go ahead, Don.
Yeah, these lot forget. Liverpool scored their first goal when Gordon got sent off. After Gordon got sent off.
Yeah.
So you could. So what you're saying is that Like you not found a way to beat a 10-man tired Newcastle when you was leading 2-0 and they came back 2-2. Is that what people are going to be running with now? All right. And the reason why you lot lost was because your defense was shaky. That's it. And then we're saying our strikers, right now are firing. You know what I'm saying? Are firing. We're not stat padding like Salah. And I'm not trying to disrespect Salah. But then so far, or for the last few games, I'm sure a Liverpool supporter, a true Liverpool supporter will say, yeah, he has been stat padding and he hasn't been at the level as he was supposed to be. So therefore, I said earlier, if you lot got a great strike force and we've got a great defense, therefore, they're going to number 5 each other out, right? And having a goalkeeper to get man of the match, that's what goalkeepers' jobs are there for. You know what I'm saying?
We have one of the best goalkeepers in the Prem.
We're not Onana who's going to score a frigging own goal. You know what I'm saying? We have Raya. Come on, let's wake up, man. Let's wake up. But it's okay because these men are the champions. They bought a 100+ million player who seem to have flopped so far. Fair enough, it's earlier on in the season, but you pay the money for him, right? Yeah. Let's talk about it. You hear me? Because a lot of these Liverpool supporters are like, oh yeah, well, but you beat Leeds. Okay, if we lose against Leeds, then what? You man ain't good enough for the league. This is why. Like someone said this, yeah, and it was Sir Alex Ferguson. You can lose to the people that's around you as long as you beat every single other team below you. This is what I'm saying, and you'll still win the league. You hear me? I remember when Man City didn't beat Liverpool, but yet they still won a league. Man City didn't beat Arsenal, but yet they still won the league. Come on, man. Let's not do this childish thing. We are grown men having a grown men's conversation. This is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Let's have a conversation.
Yeah, African Cat, I got to address this. At this point, this is not even a logical talk. Liverpool beat the same Newcastle with 10 men. Since when have you won a game with 10 men? That's not my point. That's not my point. My point is that you struggled against a team with 10 men. That was my point. That was my only point. They scored twice on you with 10 men. That is my point. We do not win matches with 10 men. I will fully admit that. We do not. We draw them, and if other teams go down to 10 men, we can't score on them because they go into a low block and we can't break it down, or at least that's historically the way it's been. Fulham a couple of years ago being an example, but that's not what I'm saying. We are talking about Liverpool and their inability to break down Newcastle and the fact that they got away with murder. Let's just be real with it. They got
I
away.
want to piggyback from what you just said earlier, just like a few seconds ago. We weren't able to break down teams because we had 5 fucking defenders on the bench. We didn't have any attacking players. That's what we've been trying to say, is now we have the attacking players to substitute out the players to at least have some level of attack. Again, no one is disrespecting Liverpool.
Nobody is disrespecting Liverpool. We're just saying.
I'm very cautious about going there. TJ, you made a great point. It wasn't about like 10 men. It was about the effort and level of commitment that they had with 10 men.
They are the English champions. Yeah. I would expect them to be able to break down 10 men. Why is that a crazy take? I don't feel like that is a crazy take.
Mate, they have one of the best players in the world in Salah. Yeah.
Yes.
They have they have Verts. They have what's his name?
Ekitike. And he cooked. To be fair,
these are ballers.
And then you depended on a 15-year-old to come off the bench and score for you. And that was a hell of a goal, by the way. Don't get me wrong. I'm not disrespecting Rio. What a fucking goal.
Yeah. It was,
that being said, you're still depending on in the dying moments of the match against a 10-man team. You are still depending on a 15-year-old to come off the bench and back for you. Is that not concerning? Just my thought.
The balls in play 40%. Liverpool didn't get out of third gear. Okay, but the game's done.
We'll see. I can't wait. I love how hostile the chat is being. I actually kind of love this because it's gonna be a fun day on Sunday. That's all I'm gonna say.
Do you know the funny thing is, TJ? The pressure ain't on us.
It wants to make Romeo against Leeds. What are you talking about?
And that's what people forget. The pressure's all on Liverpool to win this game because they are the reigning champions. They are at home. They're the ones that need to bring the game to Arsenal. They need to show people that we can't. We can beat a team with 11 men. We can beat the team in a fair way within 90 minutes and not relying on a kid. This is what I'm saying. The pressure's all on Liverpool. And the thing is, like Liverpool supporters, like big them up. I've got no I like Liverpool fans. You know what I'm saying? They're very passionate.
I got no issue with Liverpool fans.
And like they're not Tottenham. If it was Tottenham, like my
Tottenham, United, like Chelsea.
Yeah, all of them. I can't stand those bastards, right? Apologies for my language. You know what I'm saying? But Liverpool,
no, it's fine.
I've got time and I've got nothing but respect for. I'm just talking about the previous games. Forget last season, because you can say that, oh yeah, but then Raya saved us so many times. That's his job, right? Because if we had a Nana in goal, it would have been goals and we would have lost those matches. You know what I'm saying? No team is perfect at the back or even in attack. No team. Yeah. But the player gets paid to do a certain job. You know what I'm saying? What's his name? Alisson. The reason why I rate Alisson as the best goalkeeper in England is because he's a great shot stopper. Do you know what I'm saying? A great shot stopper. Yeah.
Arguably the best in the world.
You get me?
Arguably the best in the world.
Look how many shots he stopped. We're not trying to say, oh, well, if there was Ronaldo was in goal, we'd be like, oh, yeah, look at this dead idiot, or what's his name, Sanchez. So we can't say, oh, well, because Raya stopped this or that shot, he saved Arsenal. That's his job. Do your fucking job. You hear me? I don't get it. Last season, Salah played horrible, but he was the top goal scorer. He done his fucking job. You know what I'm saying? No one's talking about that. No one's talking about the fact that after 85 minutes, he scores 2 goals in his first game. No one's talking about that. So in 85 minutes, he was non-existent. Non-fucking existent. Liverpool were playing like 10 men in their first, like they had 10 men in their first game. But no one's talking about that. Come on, let's talk about this. You know what I'm saying? Let's call football out for what it is. I'm not talking about Liverpool as they are a bad team. They are the reigning champions for a reason. I respect Liverpool, but do you know what? I'm going to call out bullshit each and every day. Yeah. And Romeo, do you know what? You put out some good points, but come on, bruv. Yeah.
He put out some all right points. Like, look, and he I know he's not a Liverpool fan. That's fine. I'll assume that he's not. But
why are you saying you're going to beat us?
But here's I don't know who he supports.
I don't know, really.
Yeah, put Romeo. Who do you support, my guy? And look, like I'm not rattled. I think this is funny. I wish I would get this kind of interaction in my chat and this engagement in my chat more often. My point is that you're trashing us because we have a good goalkeeper. Is that your point? Like
it makes no sense.
Like, look, I had Bernd Leno as my goalkeeper for a while. I had like the amount of Arsenal goalkeepers we've seen since like the Laymans and the Siemens. Like, sorry, I'm going to apologize for having a 2-time Golden Glove winner.
With my
bad.
My arse and my shit.
Dude, like, come on, man.
Weird.
Come on,
I don't know
man.
what this guy's on. The point is, your defense ain't as good as you think. Okay, it's just been the like.
It's fine. That's fine.
For like the last 3 seasons.
Whatever. Smash the likes, guys. Subscribe to Donversation TV. By the way, subscribe to Donversation TV. The link is in the title.
Romeo, nice try.
Oh my God,
that's all good. No, do you know what? Yeah, I love these talks because I love to see other people's opinions and where they want to go, especially with their team. Because like, people get emotional about the team. I understand this. Football is an emotional sport. Do you know what I'm saying? But then you got to call that trash when it is, because as good as Arsenal's been, let's say in the transfer window, I still want Arteta out. Remember when I said last season, whether Arsenal wins or loses the Champions League after we beat Real Madrid, I want Arteta out because he's not good enough for my club. Right? And I don't believe Arsenal can win the league because we've got Arteta. I understand that. But what I'm going to do is go game by game and then talk about the game, just because form plays a massive part. If a player has the confidence to score in their last game, do you know what, right? Pick him. Let him show him what he's got. We've got a player like Gyökeres. Put him against the best team in England, the reigning champions. And then we can say what he's done. And TJ said that earlier. You know what I'm saying? And if he flops, then do you know what? Yeah, he's got a lot to prove for the season. But if he scores, right, then you know that we bagged someone special. That's all it is. Yeah. So
I want to look. I want my skepticism around Victor Gyökeres to be wrong. I want it to be wrong. Was I excited about him when he came in? Yes, but I just was not impressed by what I saw against United. I just wasn't. And certain passages of that Leeds game, it wasn't the best look. And a lot of people are saying, like, look, man, like, he looks clunky, and I have to agree. And look, Romeo, let me talk to you about this just real quick, and then we're gonna get to predictions, and we gotta keep the show rolling here. Romeo, we got a bunch of shit last season because we were not taking chances offensively. When you take chances offensively, you can get countered. And you're going to have to depend on your goalkeeper and your center backs to come back and make up for it when you're bombing your fullbacks across and your fullbacks up the field, having them overlap, having them cut in the way Arteta plays. The fact that Arteta is actually taking offensive risks and leaving Raya exposed is not the worst thing in the world, in my opinion, because it shows we're actually taking risks, which is what we have been asking for. The pragmatic stuff has not won us dog dick. So if we're getting hit on the transition by some of these lesser teams, okay. But David Raya is that keeper. I believe in David Raya. He is that keeper.
He's that good, mate.
He's that good.
Did you know what's funny? Like,
I don't know how making saves has to do with Arsenal.
It's like people don't talk about Raya. Like we don't talk about Raya. Let's talk about Raya. In the last 2 seasons, he's got the Golden Glove for clean sheets, right?
Yes.
In the last 2 seasons. That's because our defense has been that great. As a whole, they've been that great. You know what I'm saying? Last ditch tackles. Raya saving us because we haven't been conceding. Yeah? I remember when Liverpool won.
Oh, us. He's a Spurs fan.
He's a Spurs fan.
He's a Spurs fan. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's why he's hating. He's not used to winning things. Is what I'm saying. You know, like fucking one time, one cup of 7 years. Come on, bro. You know what? Yeah, you don't want to talk about defense. You man had a higher line than my fucking haircut. Boy,
let's disrespect us bringing Romero into the conversation.
Yeah, you want to talk about high line. My hairline starts.
Vanderbilt, you guys be fucking relegated.
It's non-existent. Come on, let's not do this.
17th, bro. What jog on, bro? This ain't the conversation. This ain't the chat for you, bro. 17th.
No, this is a chat for everybody. He's around to be here.
21 losses under that fat fucking Australian fraud. 21 losses.
22, actually. It was 22.
It doesn't matter the phases. We all know the phases. You're talking 22. Old shit. Quit stealing phases from Lee Gunner, you fraud. Get the fuck out of my chat, you Spurs.
Hey, Dal. He's not being disrespectful. He's not being disrespectful.
No. Big up all Spurs fans, yeah? Just remember to the Spurs fans, we've got more FA Cups than you have trophies in your cabinet. We have more FA Cups than you have trophies in your cabinet. Yeah, come on, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's levels to this, right? But it's okay.
Yeah,
it's okay.
Shaw's arm.
The worst Europa League ever. That's all I'm gonna say. But big up Romeo. Big up Romeo.
Big up Romeo.
Maybe I went off there, buddy.
Yeah, and by the way, I do rate Thomas Frank. I do rate Thomas Frank, to be clear. Yeah, I rate him. He's a good manager, and so like don't come out here and defend your manager that if there were actual championship teams that could play football that would have gotten you relegated. Like let's not do this. Let's not do this autopsy. We spent the entire hold on, Dal, hold on. We spent the entire summer talking about this. I don't want to talk about this anymore. Yeah. Like focus forward. Speaking of being focused forward, Jesus Christ, let's move to the predictions for the love of God. I love it when the chat is freaking active like this. Dal, are you gonna get up tomorrow and watch Chelsea against Fulham?
Oh, fuck no. No. 6, 7 in the morning. No. I'm gonna be up just for the Arsenal game. I'll watch the highlights, of course. I'll jump into.
I might watch. It depends on how late I am.
I'm gonna do a match reaction with Tony Claude. We were gonna do a show Thursday, but we're gonna do a match reaction. So
nice.
I'll jump on with you after that too, if you don't mind. We'll see.
Yeah, no, not at all. I'm gonna try to shoot. I'm gonna try to do a solo video before the.
Who are we playing again this weekend? I forgot. Liverpool.
Yeah. Why don't you give me your prediction for Chelsea Fulham first, and then chat get in on this. Give us your predictions. Put them in the chat. I am going back and taking notes on them. I don't have the spreadsheet available right now, but I am going back and doing a predictions thing. So, Dal, Chelsea Fulham.
Where's that? Stamford Bridge.
Stamford Bridge.
3-1 Chelsea.
3-1 Chelsea. Okay. Fairs.
Yeah.
What do you got, Ton?
Is that Chelsea fan, isn't it?
Yeah, it's Chelsea. Yeah. It's at Stamford Bridge.
2-1 Chelsea. 2-1 Chelsea.
Yeah, I'm going with Dal. I put 3-1. I'm not changing any of my predictions that I put in for American Waffle. Let's go with who's next? Oh shit, Wolves Everton. I'm not watching that.
Where's it at?
Molyneux.
1-1.
Oh no, man. Everton's cooking, man. 2-0 Everton.
Yeah, I'm going. Wolves are shit. I'm going just because they're at home, but Wolves are going to struggle to stay up this season. I'm going 2-1 Everton. 2-1 Everton. Tottenham against Bournemouth at home. I might actually watch that.
Tottenham at home to Bournemouth?
Yeah.
2-1 Bournemouth.
2-1 Bournemouth.
I say 2-0
I'll never predict a Spurs win.
That's fair.
I hate them, but yeah, 2-0 Tottenham. Yeah,
2-0 Tottenham. I'm going 2-1 Tottenham. Unfortunately, I'm going 2-1 Tottenham. Man United at home to Burnley. After getting embarrassed by Grimsby Town, one of the biggest upsets in EFL history.
That's got 2-2 written all over it. Scott Parker's no joke when it comes to management, bro. I mean, I don't really rate him that much, but he's decent and he's up and coming. So I think he'll have a plan for United.
I say 1-0 Burnley, and Man United still haven't scored a goal.
They have not scored a goal. If they go 3 in a row without scoring in the league, I'm loving it. I'm fucking I'm loving it, man.
Amorim gets sacked. That's a question for you guys. Does Amorim get sacked if they don't get a win?
Amorim gets sacked if they lose to Burnley this weekend. He's getting sacked. They have to get rid of him, especially after Grimsby. Like I think the only reason they haven't sacked him yet is because it's midweek and they have a match this weekend. I think it's the only reason. They're looking for his replacement right now. I guarantee it. I'm going for a draw. Burnley United. I think it'll be 1-1. 1-1.
So sorry.
1-1. Yeah, and it'll be a cheap Burnley mistake. Like Burnley will take down somebody in the box and Man U will get a pen. That's kind of what I'm thinking.
Oh, but Fernandes missed his last one. So hey, you never know.
Dude, that one still hasn't landed yet, to be fair. Oh my God. He sent that one into the stratosphere. It's crazy. All right. One that I am actually going to watch, Sunderland at home to Brentford. Brentford beat Aston Villa last weekend. Freaking frauds, Aston Villa, by the way. What was that? Unbelievable. I was sitting here shitting on Brentford, and they came in and actually gave a performance. Villa was awful.
I think my prediction was 3-0 Villa.
It was. It wasn't good. It wasn't good.
Yeah. So who they got?
They got Sunderland at the Stadium of Light.
Oh, that's going to be it's
a tough one.
I got to go 2-1. I got to go for a good evening. 2-1 Villa.
No, it's Sunderland Brentford. We're talking Sunderland. Brentford.
I said Brentford's going to win this one. 3-1.
3-1. Dude, I just think the vibes at Sunderland are going to be too much. I'm going to go for a draw. I'm going to do draw 1-1. I think the vibes at Sunderland are going to be immaculate, and they pushed them over the line against West Ham, and the crowd was pinning them back as much as Sunderland was. Dow, Sunderland, Brentford. What do you got?
Oh, Sunderland, Brentford. Thought we just did Sunderland.
You said Villa, not. I don't know why you said Villa.
I don't know why. Well, we were talking Villa. You said Villa. So Brentford at Sunderland. 1-1.
Yeah, I'm going 1-1 too. All right. Leeds United. Ellen Road, Leeds United, Newcastle.
4-0 Newcastle.
Away to Leeds? Jeez.
Yeah.
3-1 3-1 Newcastle. 2-1 Newcastle.
2-1 Newcastle.
Yeah, I'm sorry to interrupt. Who's their target man? Alanga?
Alanga? Yeah. Well, no. You mean who's playing down the middle? You mean?
But who's their striker? Like who's scoring goals? Like Gordon's out. He's got a red card.
Gordon's on a red.
And I always thought like they
who is playing in the middle for them?
Well, they got this Winganga Waltamadi. Thank you, Yeti. Waltamadi. I don't know if he's starting this weekend. He's supposed to be
I don't think he's going to start. He's too new.
Yeah, right. So I'm just saying, like Newcastle. What did I say? 2-1 Newcastle. If Isak's not playing, they don't have a target man.
Yeah, hold on.
I don't think Newcastle's going to be as good as we perceive them to be over the last 2 seasons, which they have been definitely punching above their weight. But now with Isak out, I don't see it.
Yeah.
I just don't see it.
Yeah, Alanga. The front line was Alanga, Gordon, and Barnes. I think I'm going 2-1 Newcastle. Just the overall quality is going to be too much for Leeds, but it's going to be closer than we think. Just because, they are going to be missing a few folks, and they're still dealing with the Isak drama. Like, soon that'll be over, and Isak is going to figure out whether or not he's going to go to Liverpool or not, and the team can actually focus on moving forward. I think that's a big. Honestly, I think it's a big distraction for them right now. Brighton at home to Man City. Dude, Man City looked mad sus. I don't know. I put money on Man City, but
and they're rested Belieber in it. To play this game.
Yeah.
Damn, I'm going for a draw. Deuces. 2-2.
What is it here? Man City versus who?
Brighton at the Amex. At Brighton.
Man, that's a tough one. 3-1 City.
3-1 City. Okay. I'm going 2-1 City, and I hope City win because I did put them as part of my parlay. Bet responsibly. Nottingham Forest at home to West Ham.
Come on, Don.
Go ahead, Don.
Forest. West Ham are terrible.
They're bad.
They are horrible.
Graham Potter gets sacked in 3 weeks.
Mate.
And that's not even their big problem either.
Right.
They can't even talk about blowing bubbles anymore because their bubbles has been popped one game after another. Yeah, I say Forest 2-0. 2-0 rollover.
Yeah. What do you got, Dal?
2-0 is good for me. I'm sure the Yeti agrees.
I'm going 3. I'm going 3. I think Newcastle or Forest at home, they're going to run over them. They're going to run over them. Yeah, I'm going 3. I'm going 3-0 Forest. And then, God, they got a really late match on Sunday. Aston Villa at home, Crystal Palace at freaking, what is that, 7 p.m.? Damn, 7 p.m.
Palace. I say Palace. Palace have been on fire, and Aston Villa, they haven't found their feet yet. So even though they lost Eze, I would say 1-0 Palace.
All right, 1-0 Palace. Dal?
Palace against who again?
Sorry. Villa.
Oh, my fault. It's Villa at Villa Park.
Yeah, at Villa Park.
That's got. I'm going to say 2-2. I think there's goals in that.
Okay.
I think there'll be some goals in that. Yeah, like Don said, Crystal Palace is playing well, but I think I think Unai Emery can get his team up anytime. Yeah. Right. I think that they really underperformed against Brentford. Was it? Brentford.
Yeah. No, I mean Brentford. That they just looked awful. Like I don't know. Yeah. I don't know what this Aston Villa team. Like the one criticism that you can give Unai Emery is that in league play he is so inconsistent. It's insane.
True.
And so inconsistent. He's a tournament manager. He is so inconsistent.
And I rate him as Arsenal manager, but not fully, not like I would.
Dude, I think I just think he would have won us trophies, but he never would have won us a league.
Right.
Yeah. I'm going to go 2-1 Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace. Yeah, they look good. Glasner has them humming. No matter even without Eze, they're gonna be fine. And then last but not least, we already kind of gave this away earlier, but Liverpool Arsenal. Dal, do you have a change? What is your prediction?
2-1 the Ars. I just think that, big up the chat, all the Liverpool fans again. I just think at this moment in time, if I have to draw a picture, I will. At this moment in time, I got to go with what Don C was saying earlier, what you were saying, TJ. They just look unsettled in the back. While we're finding our attacking form, they're trying to discover their defensive form. We know their attack is lethal. If they get us on the counter, we could be toast. Salah is one of the best Premier League players ever. No one's doubting that, right? But the thing is our defense is very, very good. It didn't look good against United. They had 22 shots, right? So I get where Romeo's coming from. Like it's hard to gauge, but Hendo's speaking out of experience, right?
Oh, Hendo, come on, man. Come on, man.
Hendo, he's speaking out of experience.
I know he is. I know he is. I just want to be. Maybe I'm just wanting to be a top gooner.
I do think we have, like Don said earlier in the show, we have turned a page squad-wise. Have we turned a page tactically? I'm not so sure. But I think what we'll see is Eze, Gyökeres, Zuba Mendy at some point, Medwecki, kind of take the game by the scruff of the neck. Like Eze and Gyökeres have that power to do that. They can change games, which we didn't have before, right?
Yep, fair.
And I want to address the chat, but I don't because it's just so.
It's fine. It's fine. We're wrapping up here.
Romeo, we get it, Romeo. I didn't. I know,
Hendo. I know.
Yesterday, I've been following this club for almost 30 years, so I know what's going on.
4-0 Liverpool is crazy. 4-0 Liverpool is crazy. That's crazy. You're just trying to. At this point, this guy's just trying to rattle us. Keep going.
But at the same time, is 3-0 that crazy? No, because it's fucking Anfield, and we don't have the best record there. We know that. But again, we have turned a page, and if Arteta will let these players play and express themselves, I think it's going to be peak for Liverpool defensively. When you could have Eze, Gyökeres, and Madwecki or Dowman running at your center backs, who I'm sorry are pretty damn slow right now. And if Virgil van Dijk has to do all the work and Szoboszlai's right back, bring it on. I'm excited for this game. And again, even if we draw TJ, which you're saying on your side, we're not the ones dropping points at home. And we're not the ones that have to go to Anfield at all for the rest of the season, depending on cups, right? Yep. So no matter if we lose, yes, it sucks. But again, we don't have to go to Anfield again, and we'll see what happens. But if we get a draw, that's 2 points dropped on them, right? That's 2 points dropped on them. So with that said, I'm going to go 3-1 Arsenal. And it may be a bit of chess, but I'm going to go 3-1.
Talk with chess, man. Dude, nobody's coming
to do that.
Dude, nobody's coming after it. There are some wild people in the chat right now. Good God. Crazy. These people are I don't see it actually coming across in the YouTube. So it's good. Yeah. We're gonna wrap this up anyway because whatever. Internet is wilding out right now. I'm going 2-2. I'm going Desmond. Don, are you changing up?
Nah, I'm gonna still keep the same, man. And you know as they say, do you know when you're big is when you get spammers? Do you know what I'm saying? So hey, like TJ and Dal, you're on your way to the top. You know what I'm saying? Liverpool, just know that the pressure's on you lot. Yeah, and you lot have to win. Right? This is why I say 2-2. Because Arteta's still Arteta, right? But I believe in our strike force. It is what it is.
Yeah. Nope, I agree. All right, guys. Big up everybody for joining. Even Romeo, man. Romeo, we'll see. We'll see. Why is Saka duck? You know what? I'm not even doing this. I'm not even doing this anymore. Big up everybody for joining episode 110 of the American Idiots. We're going to redirect you over to Sarcasm City here in a minute. Go over there and say TJ Warren TV raid. What can we say to Flawless that'll insult him? What can we say?
Grimsby Town owned you or something. I don't know.
League 2.
It's hard to rattle that guy.
No. Go over and say TJ Warren TV raid League 2. Go and subscribe to Donversation TV. The link is in the title, people. Go and subscribe right now. Don, thank you so much for joining us as usual every single time. And yeah, go over there, say TJ Warren TV Raid League 2, and we will see you for the match reaction post Liverpool. Until next time, we'll see you later.